Good afternoon, everyone. For all of our participants and for our speaker, Miss Patricia from Curtin University, welcome to today's UC Global Chat. Discover Curtin University, Innovation, Research, and Industry Links. We are so happy to see many excited faces here. Our session today will begin with a sharing session from our speaker, followed by a Q&A session and a photo session. Before we begin, we have some rules and reminders for UC students. So this is the rules. Attend from the beginning to the end. Please also respect the speakers. Already register for the event before attending. And let's fill the survey at CHIS when we instruct it. For the reminders, please register before attending our event and then fill the survey as soon as possible because we only open it from 5 to 10 minutes. Also, please open your camera during the session and take a picture of yourself, name, and every details you need just in case you need it in the future. Okay. Okay, now let's begin with an opening remark from UC Collaboration and Global Engagement. Ms. Josefa, the time is yours.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Hi, everyone. How are you? Introduce me. My name is Josefa. You can just call me Eva. So I'm the head of the Collaboration and Global Engagement and UC. And I would like to say thank you to our distinguished speakers, Miss Patricia Kelly, our respected college, and also my dear students. And it's very pleasure to welcome you all in the today's UC Global Chat session. And as the head of the Collaboration and Global Engagement Department, I'm very delighted to see such a strong enthusiasm for the global learning and international collaboration. We're very honored to host Curtin University, an institution widely recognized for its strong emphasis on innovation, impactful research, and as well as the deep industry engagement. So at the end of this session, I want to say that I have thank you so much for everyone who's coming here. And I'm also thank you for the Curtin University. I hope you guys get productive and insightful session. Thank you so much.
Okay, now we have here the opening remarks from Ms. Josefa. Without further ado, let's move on to the sharing session. Ms. Patricia, the time is yours.
Thank you, Jocelyn, Miss Eva, Miss Dila, and Keisha. Thank you all UC students for having me this afternoon. I was being introduced earlier, my name is Patricia Kelly, and I am the in-country staff for Curtin University based in Jakarta. Because I believe it's a mix of students coming from international classes as well as regular. So if it's, I am happy to mix the bilingual, like Bahasa Indonesia and English. But through the presentations, I'm going to use full English. So let me start with my presentation. I hope my screen is shown now. Can I get a thumbs up, Jocelyn?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, all right, thank you. So this is Curtin University. Let's discover Curtin University through its innovation, research, and industry links. This session is about introducing you to our university, and I am going to touch of the partnerships or the relationship between UC, Universitas Ciputra, and CU, Curtin University. Okay, so before we begin, let's take a look at a glimpse of Curtin University through this video.
Curtin students are among the world's brightest, and it's easy to see why. Our flagship campus was born in one of the sunniest and safest cities in the world, growing to have a global presence with campuses in 5 countries. As well as Perth and Kalgoorlie in Western Australia, Curtin has campuses in Dubai, Malaysia, Mauritius, and Singapore. Our Perth campus students thrive in a welcoming, multicultural coastal city that offers an unrivaled lifestyle. And with more than 50 years of education experience, Curtin's curriculum and facilities are first class. So naturally, we're the first choice for thousands of students each year who want to enjoy uni life and start their global career. Curtin is placed in the top 1% of universities and has internationally accredited courses across 10 study areas. We're proud of our internationally renowned research. 95% is ranked at world standard or above. Our courses offer valuable on-the-job experience and advanced teaching methods. So much so, Curtin is rated 5 stars plus across a range of areas, including research, employability, teaching, facilities, internationalization, inclusiveness, and innovation. And we're connected with over 90 overseas institutions. Our partnerships with industry, researchers, government, and community drive innovation, and our collaborations with big companies, both in Australia and across the world, are creating impact. We're leading international research projects with the goal of building a better tomorrow. With more than 240,000 alumni, our graduates join a global community ready for success.
Okay, so that is Curtin University through a video. And as you can see in the video, we are a global university with the main campus in Perth, Western Australia. And we also have offshore campuses in Miri and Sarawak, Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, Mauritius, as well as Sri Lanka. So Curtin University was born in 1967 as the Western Australia Institute of Technology. So I'm not really sure if all of you are familiar with the terminology of polytechnic. Many moons ago, Indonesia had such institutions, but now I think it's within the faculty of Fakultas Vokasi or a Sekolah Tinggi or institute. So because we were born as a polytechnic institution, therefore 70-80% of our materials that will be given to all of our students are practical, just like UC. So UC is entrepreneurial focus of university. We are a mix of it, but we focus on practicality. So it's the theory is still there as a basis of the knowledge of all the programs, but we don't focus on books. We don't focus on like the actual books, or you are compulsory to read only the books. But we have more of practicality components within our programs. I am today going to focus on our main campus, because as a main campus, we have all of the programs that we offer in Perth. So maybe some of you have been to Australia, and maybe you have been to Australia, but the other side of Australia. But if you have been to Perth, then good on you. You are my allies. But if you then said, "Oh, I've been to Australia, miss," but to the other side, then we're not friends yet. So this is we're about to become friends after this. Yeah. So this is where we are. If you see on the map on your screen, Perth is the capital city of Western Australia. It's actually, this is my local slang of bahasa Indonesia ya. Tinggal ngesot ke bawah from Indonesia. Yeah, but predominantly Indonesians, if they go to Australia, they go to the other side that is far more than where if you come to Perth. So it's right there at the just below, in fact, below Surabaya and Bali. Yeah, from Jakarta. So this is one of the beaches that we have if you like pantai. And this is part of the city. Jadi kalau di Surabaya is Jalan Tunjungan, that's the main CBD. Or some of you that live in Surabaya Barat then say, oh, sorry, Miss, Tunjungan is no longer the CBD. We have our own CBD. Yeah. Because Pakuan Mall is now like one of the biggest or even maybe the biggest mall. So this is one of the spot of Perth CBD. The area is called Elizabeth Quay. Like if it's in Singapore, I'm sure you're all familiar with Clark Quay. Now in Perth, we have Elizabeth Quay. Yeah, so the area is very beautiful. If you are as a tourist, usually there are plenty of spots you want to take photo and update your Instagram or TikTok. Yeah. So like I mentioned, Perth is the closest Australian capital city from Indonesia. It is actually well known as the gateway to Asia. And it's only, if it's from Surabaya at the moment, you need to fly via Denpasar. Then from Denpasar is 3 to 3.5 hours direct flight. When I say direct flight, there are plenty. If it's from Denpasar, you have all the well-known airlines. If you fly from Jakarta, is 4 to 4.5 hours. Only one airline that flies direct from Jakarta. Otherwise, from Surabaya, if you want, you can go to Changi and then Changi to Perth, or Surabaya, KL, Perth. Okay, the time zone is actually the same as KL, Singapore, and Bali, or 1 hour ahead than Surabaya. Okay, and it is a beautiful city. It is ranked 15 most livable cities in the world, and also much more affordable cost of living in comparison with other cities in Australia. And Western Australia itself, as a province, has a strong economy. In fact, it's an Australia economic powerhouse for the country itself. And the relationship with Jawa Timur has been over 30 years now. So Jawa Timur and Australia Barat and Western Australia are sister province. So sister province, yeah. We have been brothers and sisters, or sisters and sisters between the two provinces. Okay. And when I say affordable, if you study in Perth, you will get 40% discount for public transport. So bus, train, and ferry, as you can see in the fourth point of my slide. So 40% discount. This is not available and is not offered in a few of other cities in Australia, because if you remember, Australia is a federal country and every state has its own policy. Yeah. So 40% discount is actually very good for your monthly budget if you come and study in Perth. And obviously, if you study in Australia, you are entitled under a student visa to work part-time per fortnightly. And if you come to study in Perth, you get to meet them. Them, not the humans, yeah? Because I cannot promise you about the humans. These people live wherever. Even though Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth are Australians, but they're not locally to Western Australia. I can promise you that you can meet the cute animals. Not Shawn Mendes, not Lisa Blackpink. I don't know where they are. Yeah, but the cute animal is indigenous in Western Australia. So you can come to Rottnest Island and meet with quokka. If I am there in person in your campus, I probably can ask, I can give you a bit of quiz on what is the name of this animal. But because I am not there, so this animal is called quokka. Okay. Now, I'm guessing if half of you, if not all of you, then might think that the animal is part of rats or rodents familia. Okay, you can tell me in chat if that's what you think, or if not. Now, let's come to the campus. Let's visit the campus. Let's take a look at this video. So that is our campus. The vibrant campus you will experience if you come to study with us. And this is the aerial photo of our campus. 116 hektar. It's a massive campus. Unfortunately, unlike UC, if you want to move from one building to another, you have to walk. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So there is no Gojek or Grab that you can call in case takut panas or hujan or becek or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you have to walk. So let's say you are in a business faculty, and then your boyfriend is in Faculty of Engineering. Then unfortunately tidak ada motor untuk mengantarkan. or tidak bisa panggil taksi, you have to walk or maybe meet in the middle. Yeah. So we have everything inside the campus. I'll show you later in the next slides of through the photos of what facilities we have. And if you see on your screen the green colors, they are basically our on-campus accommodation. We also have Curtin Stadium if you are a gym buff. So if you are into staying fit, we also have a gym and all the sports facilities inside the campus. Now, if you see the one on top is Perth CBD, that's the location of one of the location of Elizabeth Key. Inside the campus, we have bus station where you can use the 40% discount, and the public transport is bus, train, and ferry. If you see the water bed, that's a river, Swan River, where you can go across using a ferry. And the closest shopping mall is actually at the bottom of your screen, but you can always come to the city. And inside the campus and also across the campus, we have like the supermarkets and all places to eat. So this is our global learning classrooms. So if you see in the photo, the table can be split into three if you want to actually do individual writings or like two in a group discussion. And all of our walls equipped with the screen, as you see in your screen in front of you. And this is our collaborative formal learning spaces. We also have other format of classes that are also equipped with the necessary technologies to support all of our students within the program. So if you remember the previous slide or in the video, I explained that we also have offshore campuses. So there are some period of time where you may have classes together with the other 5 campuses that studying the same programs as yours or same unit as you. Okay. And this informal learning spaces, like I mentioned, we have all the facilities that include sports, hobbies, and the ones at the bottom, if you see, you can utilize those spaces for to do your homework, to discuss with your friends, or mau gibah, maybe talking about other friends or other boys or other girls, those are the informal learning spaces, we call it. And this is what the typical of room that we use for sharing shared classes with the other 5 locations of our campuses. So we call it distributed learning room. Non-academics, I have mentioned Curtin Stadium. If you are into gym or what do you call it, high rocks, apparently that's a thing. Yeah. I've seen some of my friends doing it over video. They show it off, and then I said myself, thank God I'm watching TV and laying on my back, We also have doctors on campus, 24 hours library during exam week. I can show you, I'll show you a snippet of our library as well. And obviously, as a student, you want to also build your network while you're studying. So if you see Curtin Student Guild there, that is like a Senat Mahasiswa in Indonesia, yeah? But we don't have a particular that is related to politics or whatever. So Curtin Student Guild is the umbrella of all of the clubs. So you can join the clubs from academic clubs, sports clubs, hobbies clubs, interest clubs, music clubs. And if when you come to study with us, then you see, hey, hold on a minute, why Curtin doesn't have this particular club? You can propose to Curtin Student Guild with requirements that you need to fulfill to establish a new club. Okay. Inside our campus, we also have a commercial hotel. So if you see above Curtin Student Guild, it is called Nesuto Curtin Perth Hotel. It's not ours, but it is located inside the campus, the 116 hectare. So it's inside the campus where Miss Keisha or Miss Eva, if you've ever visited our campus, they can stay there, or your mom and dad. If you also want to experience one day on campus, because it's commercial hotel, you can book it in those platforms because this is open for everyone. Now, if I attract your attention to on the left side of your screen, this is a snippet of our campus library. So you saw there's a sleeping pod. You can utilize that to sleep for 3 minutes. 3 menit, yeah, not 3 hours. And the last picture there, maker space, it's a dedicated room for you to unwind, like get rid of all the academic stress. And in that room, in makerspace, you can do knitting, crocheting, origami, anything to do with non-technology. So then you can relax and everything. And all the materials are free. You can take home if you want to. Okay. I always say a university is the most boring place on earth if it doesn't have jajanan. Yeah, food and drinks. So we have everything from halal to non-halal. And we have bubble tea. We don't have chagi yet, but apparently T4 is one of the good bubble tea in Taiwan. That's what I was told. And we also have food trucks, cafes, and if you look at the pictures at the bottom of your screen, that is a supermarket, a real supermarket size, as in like if I'm allowed to mention a brand, Food Hall, Ranch Market, that is exactly like that size, not the mini marts. Okay, where you can also buy your day-to-day needs, this inside the campus. Okay, the supermarket is called IGA. Yeah, and more of informal learning spaces that you can utilize. And our university is a smoke-free university. You might think, oh, don't worry, miss. You might think, for those of you who smoke, probably think, don't worry, I have moved to vape. Now, if you don't know yet, vape is illegal in Australia. It's the second country after Singapore that bans vape. So conventional cigarettes still allowed, but you need to be in a specific spot if you want to smoke. But don't think that, oh no, vape is the option. No. Okay. And our security is 24 hours 7. And they actually are not into, hey, where are you going or something like that, but they can help you if, let's say, you stay up until 3 a.m. in the library during the exam week. And if you live closer to the campus, they might be able to escort you, as in walk with you until you are safe in your accommodation. Speaking of accommodation, you have two options. One, if you come to Curtin, you can stay on campus or asrama or dormitory, or you can stay off campus where you can rent a room or you can rent a house where you share with your friends. Yeah, I think it's similar arrangement that is offered by UC as well. Now, we have all the facilities that are equipped with technologies. Obviously, the soft skills or academic support also important. So this is what the topic is innovation research, and I have touched the innovations within the previous slides, but I think the support for your academic is also important. So we do have this support, so academic support, to help you with how to do assignment. Apparently, presentation, Indonesian version and Australia version may be different. How to write your assignment, because writing an assignment is not the same with writing a love letter. The vocabularies are different, and the wordings also at significance. So the workshop for academic is there. All the schools and the faculties also provide for individual students if they need. Also, English support coming from non-English native speaker countries, and being an international student, you may need some assistance, even though you have passed your IELTS or TOEFL internet base to come to do your program with us. So on a day-to-day basis, there are some schedules that you can also take outside your classes for English language support. And also, I think in you will have this in UC as well, where your all the batches, like kakak kelasnya yang pintar in a particular unit, in a particular mata kuliah, then they can be your peer mentor as well as peer support. So they can be your friends, but because they are good in that particular unit, then they can assist you with the academic study session. And when I mentioned about practicality, it is also important to actualize all the knowledge that you receive. So we have the opportunity to provide. You have the opportunity to experience in industry work integrated learning, which includes guest lecture, projects, non-accessible work experience, maybe some study tours, as well as internships or placements, depending on the programs that you are taking. Okay, so academic, English, peer support, career, and also we have career center. If you want to actually, what do you call it? Do a part-time work outside your curriculum. And the support, like I have touched this under Curtin Student Guild. You can also participate in programs under the clubs. We have PPIA, so Persatuan Pelajar Indonesia Australia in Curtin, And we also have the sports clubs. We have Harry Potter Club. We have Mechanical Engineering Club. We have Chemical, if you are from Chemical. Accounting Club.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the options for you outside your curriculum. And obviously sports and recreations. Yeah. Yeah. Is there any question? Okay, if not, I'll continue. Now, Curtin University has 4 faculties. I believe UC has more, perhaps. So we have 4 faculties. I'm going to run through the 4 of them so that you know what we offer as a university. So the first is Faculty of Business and Law, consists of School of Business and School of Law. So it is important for all of our programs to be accredited by professional body. So, for example, in Indonesia, there is Ikatan Akuntan Indonesia or Ikatan Dokter Indonesia. Yeah. For Indonesia, those professional bodies only protects or encloses the professions. Kalau sudah jadi dokter, then Ikatan Dokter Indonesia melindungi Anda as a doctor. Whereas in Australia, professional bodies itu ikut campur dalam pembuatan kurikulum. So that's why it's important for our programs, all of our programs, to be accredited and professionally recognized by all of the professional bodies, whether in Western Australia, in Australia, or overseas. So for business, we call ourselves of having triple accreditation. So we have double ACSB, EQUIS, and EFMD MBA. So triple accreditation is also a very important for a faculty of business to have, and double ACSB being the highest of the accreditation. Yeah. Why the professional bodies ikut campur in the pedagogy or the curriculum mapping? It is to ensure that all of our graduates can jump straight away to industry and being accepted by the industry, because the professional bodies control the industry as well. Okay, so that is the accreditation that our Faculty of Business and Law has. And like I mentioned, we are very practical. So these are some of the activities that all of our students can engage with the university. So in a form of internship, study tours, clinics particularly for the law or tax, as well as marketing and accounting clinics, as well as industry projects. So for Faculty of Business and Law, the bachelor and master programs are not research-based, so we don't have scriptsy and thesis. So the final will be based on the industry projects. These are some of the industry that we work very closely with. I cannot put all the logos there, but these are some of. You may or may not familiar with all of them, but you may spotted 1 or 2 or 3 that you know. Yeah. So this industry, either our students can interact with them via work integrated learning program, or part-time outside the curriculum, or guest lecture, maybe also the the internship within the companies. Faculty of Science and Engineering consists of School of Science, which is physical sciences, as well as School of Engineering. So these are the particular schools individually, but it's a big two departments. So in science and engineering, similar to Faculty of Business and Law. We also work very closely with the industry and also accredited. All of our programs are accredited or professionally recognized by the professional bodies. So it's our Bachelor of Engineering honors, as well as our Master of Professional Engineering. They have 12 weeks of internship as part of the curriculum. Yeah, so these are important because our Bachelor of Engineering, for example, is accredited by Engineers Australia. Yeah, so if students actually wanting to take our engineering program, for example, there is a internship embedded in the curriculum. The next one is Faculty of Humanities, housing this school. So School of Design and the Built Environment, which is the architecture, design, and digital creative industries programs. School of Education, if you are interested in teaching education and School of Media, Creative Arts, and Social Inquiry. This is for Master of Arts, journalism, digital and social media, international relations, etc. Again, because we are a practical university, it is very important for all of our programs under this faculty to be connected with the industry. So not all of our programs of all of our faculties have industry experience or internship embedded in the curriculum. However, the units that you will study are already industry-related units. To add to that, our curriculum is regularly reviewed and or adjusted or revised based on the discussion with industry and professional bodies every 6 or 12 months. So we listen to the industry more instead of us telling that, oh, academically, this is the best way. No, because we want to make sure that all of our graduates can be employed 20, 30 years to come. So we don't actually look at only today. The last but not least is Faculty of Health Sciences. We have more schools, as you can see on your screen. That includes the School of Medicine. Again, now with the Faculty of Health Sciences, 95% of our programs are included with a placement as part of the requirement by the accreditation or professional body. Yeah, like nursing, midwifery, etc. So the technology is there on a day-to-day basis, but we also give the students the workplace in class type when on campus, as well as placement outside the campus. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning, our relationship with UC has been since 2017, based on agreements. 2017, 2018, yeah. So at the moment, we have double degree program with IBM, UC IBM, where you can study 2 years at UC and then 1.5 years at Curtin. And then the final project, which is Skripsi, you need to come back to UC to get UC degree. So when we say double degree, you get 2 ijazah from the 2 universities. So these are the summary of the UC Curtin double degree Bachelor of Commerce and IBM. So the record, I put the tuition fees 2026 just for your information. Yeah. The next one will be with Teknik Pangan. Maybe this is currently under renewal, but we still have this in place. So 2.5 years at UC and Bachelor of Science Food Science at Curtin for 1.5 years. Yeah. So these are the format of Sarjana Teknik Pangan and Bachelor of Science Food Science and Technology. Okay. And if you're not into the double degree, maybe you say, I love UC. So you might want to consider 1 semester, perhaps, at Curtin for study abroad. So this program, so with the double degree, it's only selected, yeah, because the double degree, we need to map the curriculum. So at the moment we have with IBM and Teknik Pangan, whereas study abroad is open to any one of you coming from any jurusan. Yeah, depending on which units or mata kuliah that you want to take at Curtin to be able to be brought back to UC for credits. So that's a study abroad. And if you love UC so much, you don't want to go while you do your bachelor, then maybe you can consider master. So I'm only putting 3 names of masters there, but basically we have a lot. You might be interested in either of our masters, particularly Master of Commerce, maybe, or those of you from Teknik Pangan Food Science. If you are coming from engineering, we also have Master of Engineering, or those of you coming from IBM may be interested in innovation. We also have Master of Innovation and Entrepreneurship. The master programs predominantly 2 years, but there will be 1 or 2 programs that is 1.5 years, 1 year. That is the end of my introduction to Curtin University. Discover Curtin through its innovation, research, and industry links. You may welcome to get in touch with me. Otherwise, the team at International Office of UC will be the main people for you to get in touch. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Patricia, for the sharing session and your presentation. Now we have entered the Q&A session. For all of the students who want to ask, you can raise your hand or maybe leave your question at the chat box. We will read it for you. Okay. So, are there any questions?
If there is no questions, it's either I am very clear or the opposite, not clear at all.
I think we need to wait. Maybe they are still thinking what they need to ask. Yeah, okay.
No
Maybe
problem.
let's wait for a few minutes. Yes.
It's understandable. It's not very common for
Yeah.
Indonesians. to actually ask questions,
Mhm.
but I'm sure there are.
Actually, I do have the questions. Can I?
Yes, Miss Eva.
Yeah, so actually, I'm very interested with Australian culture and as well as the ambience as well as the scenery. So it is beautiful, and I would like to ask if our students going there, or is there some of our students went to the Curtin University to have the exchange program. Is it like a very common for them to have a very quick adaptative about the culture? Because like the culture in Australia and as well as Indonesia has a very different, right? So uh, are our students from Indonesia, or maybe the all of the Indonesian is easily to blend with the cultures there, or they are having the difficult time?
Okay. Thank you, Miss Eva, for opening the. There's, there's always a need for one of us to start. So, thank you for the question. Yeah, if you ask, we call it study abroad. So, study abroad is 1 to 2 semesters. Um, so with this is what I know. Human being requires a maximum of 3 months to adjust anywhere in the world. I will, from what I read, if you go over 3 months, means you're quite unsuccessful. However, so far, our students can adapt very well. I guess it also has everything to do with the character of Indonesians. So we like to explore, we like to make friends, we are very friendly people, and Australians are also very friendly people. So as long as the intention is to make friends, to build network, as aside from study, I think it's not as difficult as we all think. And Perth, Australia alone is very uh, diverse. That includes Perth as well, or Western Australia. If, if the question is, are there many Indonesians? No, because I don't want to have many Indonesians in Perth. Otherwise, it will feel like I'm in Jakarta. Um, but we do have sufficient numbers of Indonesians that make us or make our students feel like home when we need to. If we miss home, then our consulate general are very friendly. They open their gate to majority of the celebrations like Hari Raya. They open bisa makan rendang gratis and authentic tanpa ada penyesuaian ingredients based on Australian's way. Hari Natal 17 Agustus, kalau Anda miss lomba karung, then you can come to Konjen as well because they have that. PPIA kami very active. They also have activities as well. So in terms of adjustments, I don't think it's an issue. Maybe one or two individuals may have a bit longer time than the others to adjust, but so far, all of our students can live on day to day, including their academics well. So our success rate is actually 95% and above. So yeah, that's part of the adjustment. And people from Perth, if I can inform that kalau libur, instead of they go to Melbourne or Sydney for a holiday, they come to Bali, or they come to Surabaya, or they visit Jakarta, because it's much, 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 much cheaper and convenient if they go overseas daripada domestic. So from Perth to Melbourne or Sydney, it's like Anda dari Surabaya ke Papua. It's that long of a travel with the time difference, 3 to 4 hours. And the ticket, this was before COVID, Perth, Melbourne or Sydney, 600 Australian dollars. PP. Perth, Denpasar, 300 Australian dollars. PP. So for Perth people, rather than I go domestic, might as well I go overseas. Nanti kalau ditanya dari mana? Oh, dari luar negeri. Right? So that's and the people in Western Australia familiar with Indonesian people. They are very friendly and accommodating, and we do have some Indonesian community inside Perth, but not dominating, because every time I come to Perth, for me, it's hard to find Indonesians unless yang sedang jalan-jalan, like Miss Eva, Miss Dila jalan-jalan berdua. As a tourist, then I might bump into you in the city. But for the locals that live in Perth, no, it's not as easy as I think. But it's enough to have Indonesian community. Hope that answers your question, Miss
Yeah,
Eva.
absolutely great. Thank you so much, Miss.
Jesslyn, ada yang bertanya ya di sini? I'm happy to read
the
it.
checkbox. Yes. So the first question, what are popular student hangout spots in Perth?
Okay, I'm actually lucky. I've been to Perth like a few times, so I know. And I always try to act like I'm a student. So popular student hangout spots, other than in the city, in the city we have different spots, including Chinatown. So the city is more vibrant, plenty of food options, including, I presume all of you are 18 and above years old, yeah? So including nightlife activities, events as well. But closer to the area of the campus, we call it Victoria Park. So Victoria Park is a one, the area is called Victoria Park, but there is one street, Albany Highway. All that long street, lurus saja, are all food places to eat, from Indonesians, Middle Easterns, Westerns, Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, etc. So that is one of the famous place to hang out for Curtin students and or the other universities students as well, because it's all food. Yeah. Not really a place to shop, but it's all food. Other than that, there are other suburbs that you can visit as well. But I think it's Victoria Park as well as in the city. Hope that answer Bertrand's question?
I think yes. Maybe the person will reply on the chat box. Yeah. Shall we continue to the next question?
Yep, yep.
Okay, so the next question is about smoking. Will there be a consequence for people who smoking outside for the smoking place?
See, I know something like that would trigger one of you. I'm not saying that you cannot ask that questions, because it's if I must tell you, unless you already know, Indonesia is one of the biggest, and I think the one and only that allows advertisements contains cigarettes or smoking content. Yeah. So Levizi, thank you very much for your question. Is there a consequence if conventional cigarettes you smoke outside the area? Well, I suppose you may get scolded. There's no particular consequence. You get kena tegur, yeah, by people who don't smoke when they pass you by. So, hey, you cannot smoke here. Please move. You go over there. That's all. That's it. Like I mentioned earlier, conventional cigarettes are still allowed, but you need to be in a dedicated. I believe Indonesians public places now have dedicated spots as well. It's just that there are many of them. Maybe in fact too many of them. Even we put them in a room, but it can be too small for them. But because you cannot stop them, therefore they're okay. Whereas vape, now that has legal consequences as well. So if you get caught, then other than fine, because it's illegal, so you may have the prison or jail consequence as well. Yeah, because it's illegal. It's by law. Whereas conventional cigarettes, you're still okay as long as there are no other people that scold you. Okay.
Okay, so be careful, guys, if you want to vape in Australia. Okay, so while waiting maybe for another question, I have a question.
Yes.
It's
Jesslyn.
about it's about part-time. So if our students going study in Curtin and they want to find a part-time maybe, do Curtin have some kind of maybe special department or special staff that will help them find the part-time jobs more quickly?
Yes, we do have career center inside. I'm trying to find the link. So this is one of the supports that we provide for our students as well. So I am happy to put the link inside the chat box. So that is our Curtin Career Center that is inside the campus. So you can actually get in touch with them if you want to know to have information about part-time outside your curriculum or part-time as part of your curriculum or internship or earn while you study program. They have a consultation session that you can book. However, for paid part-time work, the one that falls under a student visa holder. So kalau saya pemegang visa pelajar, then I am entitled to work part-time outside my academic life. That can be found anywhere if you are brave enough to actually sell yourself to the workplace. So, for example, I usually say that there are two options, two types of people wanting to do part-time. The first one is money only. Money only means I work at KFC. If I don't like the manager, then by the end of the week, I leave. Bye. That's part-time because you paid by the hour, and per jamnya is based on UMR and also based on the range of umur. Because in Australia, that's how you do it when you do part-time. So umur from this and this itu UMR-nya berapa, older than UMR-nya berapa, younger then maybe a bit smaller, but it's within the rule of UMR. So it's paid by the hour. I think the roughly maybe about 22, 23 Australian dollars per hour. Again, depending on your age as well. But please don't think that, oh, that's okay. I can study and work. And then the money that I earn is to pay my tuition. No. I can assure you, if you think like that, you will fail. I'm not praying for that, but that's how it is. Once you graduate, earning money for yourself is very, very exciting. You will love earning money for yourself. So within the campus, you have that access to Curtin careers, but outside the campus, you can also find on your own. So that's the first, money only. The second one is if you want to add your skills and put in your CV. Now, this one may not be as easy to find as the first one, the first type, because you determine you want to gain a particular skill. Therefore, you become very picky. Oh, saya tidak mau di KFC, saya mau di library. So then the chances will be I will be fighting or competing, quote unquote, against the other students that wanting to work part-time in a library. But maybe McDonald's have plenty of options because McDonald's are everywhere, or Chinese restaurants. But if you think that you want to work in Zara or Uniqlo, that also not as easy as you think. But that's part of the options for part-time. So either you want the quick money for your pocket money, or the skill for you to put on your CV. But we do have Curtin careers on campus.
Okay. I still don't see any question yet. I think maybe we can close the Q&A session and continue to the next session. Okay, for the next session, we will have a photo session. So everyone, please turn on your camera because we would love to see your face.
Okay, I will help with the photo session. So if everyone can turn on your camera, that will be great. Okay, I see a lot of faces today. So I'll start from the first slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, second slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, third. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Okay, done. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Miss Keisha. Okay, now let's continue to our last session. We have some information for our students. Okay. Okay, we will share the screen. Okay, so this is our department WhatsApp channel and also information about KPIO that the student can scan the barcode and get the information. Okay. And this is our upcoming programs. Please feel free to take a photo or maybe take a photo of the link and you can open it later. Okay. And I think that's the end of our session today. Thank you for Miss Patricia and all of our participants. For the students, we will open the survey at GIS soon. And thank you and see you.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, Miss
Safe.
Patricia.
Okay, the survey at GIS have been opened, so feel free to fill it and we will only open it for a short time, around 5 up to 10 minutes. So fill it as soon as possible.